but not that I'd know. This game doesn't give the names of any enemies until the credits, which was common back in the day. This stage has my absolute favorite song in the game. And this stage, you're gonna want the holy water for this one. Get the holy water and keep it. Anyways, so the first part of stage 5 is mostly a bunch of skeletons tossing bones everywhere. Are they tossing their own body at you? Apparently they are. And I believe this stage introduces the red skeletons. They don't die. They come back every time you whip them. So just whip them and run. There's a hidden meat that I sort of found by accident. And these are the axe armors. Very, very common enemy in the later Castlevania games, but in this game they sort of move backwards and disappear off the edge of the screen. That was very odd. And did I get an axe from one of them? Well, it makes sense. Axe armor, axe, yeah. Anyways, for dealing with the axe armors, they will toss their axes either high or low. If it's high, you can just straight up whip it out of the way. If it's low, you can jump for it, but it's gonna come back like a boomerang, so you should probably either whip it or throw holy water. But I can't throw holy water because I got the axe from one of them, apparently. Of course, you could always push them back off the edge of the screen, like I apparently did in the last screen. Anyways. I wonder if I'll have 99 hearts by the end of this stage. That would be pretty cool if I did. I should get an extra life for that. Nah, I don't need any more extra lives. Doing fine as it is. Now, this particular bone pillar, if you go up the stairs, but not all the way up, just barely up, you'll be able to avoid the fire, while at the same time whipping the bone pillar to death. Neat trick. Now, when it comes to... oh, this next room, I'm going to get a hidden meat here. I actually thought that that particular meat would respawn if I went off screen and then came back, but no, it doesn't work like that. Apparently they knew. They were aware of that. A similar glitch happens in the Metal Gear game for the MSX. Anyways, this room is the most annoying one in the game because you've got your flying Medusa heads, axe armors with their unpredictable axe tosses, unpredictable Medusa heads. It's very tough, but this room is like right before the boss of the stage, so it's warranted. And the boss of the stage is, in fact, Death, aka the Grim Reaper, who just killed me. Yeah. The Death is probably the hardest boss in the entire game. Well, most people say Death is the hardest boss in the game, but I think Dracula himself is way worse. Anyways, the best way to deal with the Death is to just toss holy water on the platform to the right where he enters the room. That will stun him for several minutes and give the holy water enough time to kill Death. How can you kill Death? That's never made sense. Ah well. When it comes to which sub-weapon is the best in the game, I usually stick to the holy water just because it's so good at killing bosses. For all other purposes, either the axe or the cross will be good enough for me. And I have no choice but to use the axe, the cross here, because that's all I've got. Those sickles can, in fact, kill you. Like, after death kicks the bucket, but before you grab the orb, the sickles can still kill you, so watch out for that. That would kind of be an asshole trap, wouldn't it? This isn't Super Mario World. And now it's time for the final stage in the game. We see that the bat enemy from the end of stage 1 has come back in swarms. And it's very difficult to dodge, but if you've got the stopwatch, you can stop time. And that's one out of, I think... Drat. How could I have been killed by such an easy jump? Well, anyways, the game doesn't tell you this, but if you crack your whip while in midair, you'll actually jump a bit higher than you would have if you don't crack your whip. Very useful for getting past these jumps that are very easy to underestimate or undershoot or whatever. Or you could just use the cross to make it the stopwatch to make it a little easier. Gosh. This stage is probably the one where the stopwatch is most useful, and that flea man went through a wall. It's never going to make sense. Let's just forget about it and move on. Now, I missed hidden meat. It's in the wall directly to the right of where I am now, but I'm probably not going to need it anyhow. Just run. It's best to just run. Or wait for an enemy to pass you up before it. Like, I'm almost to the final room in the game. Alright, here's the final part of the game. For those of you who have played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, it's going to look very familiar because it's almost an exact... the beginning of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, it's almost an exact replica of this, with the cross at the beginning and the holy water at the end of the room, and here's Count Dracula himself. Die, monster! You don't belong in this world! He teleports around the room and shoots 3 fireballs at you before teleporting again. You have to hit him in the head, which is very annoying, because it's such a small hurt box, and you have to worry about dodging the fireballs as well. And he can teleport on top of you. Not to mention the fireballs can actually home in on you. Now there's one more thing I want to point out. I've actually heard that there's a glitch in this room, but where you can like go up an invisible staircase that was later made into a secret area in Castlevania Rondo of Blood. But I've never actually seen that glitch in action, so if anybody's got a video of that or knows how exactly to do it, I'd be glad to know how. So anyways, these fireballs can home in on you. Very annoying. You have to just figure out the timing of when to jump and then jump and whip, jump and whip. This is very hard on normal mode because you have to jump and whip Dracula's head 16 times. On easy mode, you just have to do it 8 times, and then he transforms into his giant bat form. On easy, actually on both modes, that form of Dracula is quite pathetic because you can toss a holy water and then whip him a couple times, and toss a holy water again. The holy water is what keeps him frozen in place, which is why the holy water is so dang broken. But anyways, that's the end of Castlevania 1. A game that started a series known for its bullshit deaths, awesome music, and, just plain awesomeness. I mean, you get to kill death. Screenplay by Bram Stoker? Oh, I get it. Bram Stoker, who wrote the original Dracula novel. Come to think of it. That's the credits gag this game has. It attempts to credit the original actors who played the various Universal Studios monsters in the monster movies of old, and the hero Simon Belmondo. Actually, it's Belmont, but in Japan he's known as Belmondo. I think I like Belmont better. Anyways, that's the end of Castlevania 1. You can start the game over again in a quote-unquote hard mode, where all of the enemies do as much damage to you as they would in the final stage of the game. Which means that on normal mode you can only take 4 hits before dying, but that doesn't matter. I'm not going to do it all over again. I suppose I could do it all over again to get more points and max out the score counter, but that's a waste of time. Who does that? See you next video.